Hello everyone, welcome to another video. We start this one off with this Range Rover in front of me. If it could be bothered to look in its mirror, it could see that it could help me out by moving forward a little bit. There is a whopping great big gap in front of him.
You could seriously pull up a little bit further, mate, just to give me that little bit more room.
It didn't look that big from the front, but when you go to the rear camera, it is quite a big gap that he's left himself for some strange reason. And yes, I know technically he's doing nothing wrong. But there's the size of the gap, it's quite big. But then as soon as I get past, that car in question moves anyway. And now we go back to the front for this lorry.
Try putting an indicator on, mate, yeah? That would be helpful.
Now when I reviewed this clip, I seriously think that he's just done this to block me off. He thinks I'm actually going to queue jump.
Now where are you going? You fucking wanker. Fucking wanker. Idiot.
Now I don't know if I'm just noticing it a bit more, but mobile phones, just leave them alone. I'm seeing so many of them nowadays. There he goes, picks it up.
Another one on the phone. He's caught behind me, yeah?
Folks has told TalkSport how Stokes and McCullum have made it fun to play for England again. Not worrying about us, they've picked up at the City ground. Their away record is still really.
We're looking at this guy here, this impatient git here in this clip.
I think it would to lose that. I think it would turn toxic amongst the fans, a lot of whom are already calling for Moyes' head. So
as our lights go green, the red car is too slow for him and bibs him.
A little bit more complicated. There were noises over the weekend that maybe he was in big trouble.
And then when we get round the corner,
Chelsea are saying no, we're going to be patient. We promise we would give him time, and we're going to stick by that. But how much time do you give a manager?
Mr. Impatient wants 2 lanes.
14 games, and this is not, with the greatest respect in the world.
And he's in the wrong lane, and he's the one bibbing.
They're used to winning trophies, used to at least challenging for the top 4 their miles.
in this clip here, it just sums up driving in London at the moment. No one gives way to anyone, even though there is plenty of space here. And in a second, you'll see the silver car had the same amount of space, their side too. But they drove into the gap together at the same time.
Seriously close, and it didn't have to be. Just one of you had to just give way. That's all. It's too stupid and too stubborn, the pair of you.
This one here is just your normal going through a red light. There it is over there. And it got him all the way over to there. This road isn't one way, and we do still drive on the left.
Really? What was that all about? Why?
Doesn't really reflect you. It doesn't allow you to flex your savvy knowledge of the sport. Then you need bet building.
A little while later, I come across another one that's driving on the wrong side of the road.
Choose your favourite markets like corners, cards, or even hitting the crossbar, and personalise your bet until you look at it.
Why are you over my side of the road? Because you're tinkering with your phone.
You can also pick from pre-made bet builders if you like.
As you can see, I'm waiting at a red light, temporary red light for roadworks. It's a three-way system here. As you can see, I've got a green light. The one to my left will have a red light. And this one here is turning the wrong way. Some joker's moved it round the wrong way. On a night out, probably. That's going to cause some problems later on.
I can't believe too. I mean,
As you see in this clip, there's not a lot on the road. You can't actually see a car behind me. I'm doing the speed limit, which is 40 miles an hour, so no one should really be catching me up that quickly. Now obviously when I get to this roundabout I'm not doing 40 miles an hour. The yellow car has caught me up pretty quickly, even though I did speed it up obviously. It struggles to stay in the lane, and for someone that's caught me up so quickly, why doesn't it want to overtake me?
There is another lane. If you want to overtake, there is another lane. You don't have to be that close.
Totally underestimated by the bookmakers.
Yeah, you can use the other lane.
They are favourites, but only just 65.
And obviously, as I've always said, the camera doesn't do it justice of how close he actually is.
There's another lane. Why not overtake me? I don't particularly want to speed.
Well, your odds compiler, Dave, will probably have told you that
What's an
Arsenal
idiot?
have to go to Man City.
I
They're
know that,
assuming that Man City will beat Arsenal. Been out all day. Yes. So
Now when you buy a car that colour, you've seriously got to make sure your driving's good, because you stick out like a sore thumb anyway.
the legendary Lacey Lady, which is one of my early clubs.
Come into my lane. You speed and come into my lane, yeah?
Could it be more cheerful?
And now, what are you stopping for? Odd.
One for you petrol heads.
Yes. So it's still getting, by the way,
And that's too close.
our old pal Jack Jones and his band Trampoline, they're playing there on Thursday. Absolutely.
And we raise this is a 70s disco guy that gets charged 8 quid because the guy doesn't recognise him as Lee Hawkins. And he loved that story. And he loved telling that story to everybody, and that was just Ray. He says, my outfit must have been that good. He just charged me 8 quid again. You know, brilliant, man.
Deluxe Scottish salmon fillet just $4.59, or deluxe West Country leg of lamb from $9.99 per kilo. Now that's big on
How can you
quality.
see out that
Always
windscreen?
at low price. Subject to availability. Selected stores excludes NI.
It's the
side effects. I mean, what is going on? In fact, Simon, we're going to put it out there this morning. If you're a fight fan,
Did he actually look? I didn't see him look.
disillusioned with what you watch either at
On
the
his
event,
phone,
if you
crossing
go
the
to
road
event,
as well.
If you go to the venue, as we did in Manchester on the night we saw Kelbrook do it.
I don't know about you, but I never turn my back on a car that's coming towards me. We're looking over to the left-hand side, just where the traffic lights are. We can't see the traffic lights, but it's red for this car, but not for that one.
Now, Frank, we've got
In this clip, we're looking at this lorry here that needs to look in his mirror before actually pulling out.
making heavy weather of getting rid of Franklin on Saturday night, but still he did it.
Shit the life out of that car next to it.
So what is next? Are you now actively talking?
Now we're on a smart motorway. In the news this week, they have actually said that they're not making any more smart motorways because of the amount of deaths that have happened. But they can't change them back to having a hard shoulder because it's too expensive apparently. So we've got 250 miles of smart motorway in this country at the moment that we've got to put up with because of some idiot in a suit in an office that has probably never driven before. Well, I'm harping on about this. There's a car that's broken down on the left hand side over there. This is what happens when you break down on a smart motorway. It needs a lot of people to recover it, and it's dangerous.
Smart motorways.
So when it
Break down.
you
need all that help
the chances
to get it
are,
right.
Sure, they're talking. Are they here?
Now, regulars of the channel know I drive a Kia, and I've got this love-hate relationship with Audi drivers. Now, we're going to get back to this clip here. It'll all become apparent what I'm talking about. Up here, there's a right turn. Now I can see that there's cars turning right up here. You can't see it, unfortunately, because of the dust cart, but I can see round the dust cart with where I'm sitting, that I can see that there is people turning right. This Audi here obviously can't see that. I know, it's a Kia, but don't worry, I can fix it. It's an Audi. It can't see it. It has to go down there and cut in. One of my pet hates. He's actually turning right, that car there that's just gone past, so he's not too bad. So we go back to the front. There goes the Audi. Always an Audi. And he's not turning right, obviously. And we'll see him in a minute cut in.
So, Mr. Dan Meeson, FA Head of Refereeing Technical Development, body cams, how's it going?
Well, Jim, so far so good. We are just over 7 weeks into the trial, and you know the feedback that we've had anecdotally.
Oh, look what happened to the Kia. The Kia did not turn right and cut in front of the fucking dust cart.
Audi. I meant Audi. Audi. Always an Audi.